that I have on the inner part of my nose wants to make an introduction onto YouTube. The only thing I have done thus far is cleanse my face. So I am going to find the most moisturizing thing in my face. So typically my face is combination leaning towards oily in the center and dry in the perimeter. The further into my 40s I venture, the drier my skin feels, especially after I cleanse. I try to use really, really mild cleansers. I keep my exfoliation to a minimum because I find it really does just agitate any texture that I do have. That might seem counterintuitive, but that's just where I am at this winter. All right, so I put on my Noonie Apple Butter Lip Mask, picked this up at Ulta, and I think this is a fantastic dupe for the Laneige Sleep Mask. All right, I'm gonna go in with a spritz of the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow, just to get the moisture train started. And I'm gonna go in with this Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. She is almost finished, and I'm gonna miss her so. I find the primerizer to be extremely hydrating. It doesn't feel heavy on my face. I don't know how well it works as a primer, but I do know that I feel that my face is nice and plump and hydrated after I apply it, and it doesn't seem to interfere with any of my Complexion products. And after I put on my primerizer, I then go in with another moisturizer. So today I'm going to go in with my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I am about a third of the way in, and I will definitely repurchase a full size of this when my tax returns come in. And I like to start this on the perimeter and kind of work my way into the middle, and I do bring it up under my eyes. So I hope you all had a productive and relaxing weekend. I don't know if you can actually have both. I worked on Saturday. I was supposed to work on Sunday, but I ended up giving away my shift because my boyfriend is still very, very ill, but healing. So I just decided to stay home so I could help with the dogs. I ended up taking the dogs to the dog park yesterday, and I don't know what it is about poodles. I mean, I am a lover of all dogs, but there is something about standard size poodles that my dogs cannot be around them, and it always ends up being some kind of fight. And if you haven't spent any time with poodles, they are extremely intelligent, extremely persistent, dominant dogs. And so I know the reputation over the years is that poodles are all like fluffy and beret wearing divas, but the reality is they're fierce. And so every time we go to the dog park, man, we end up having some unfortunate encounter that ends up becoming an encounter between me and the owner of the dogs. Because comment down below if you've had this experience. Like, I feel like you should be watching your dogs constantly in any kind of communal area. And I find that most dog owners, and I don't know if it's just the park that I go to, man, they're more interested in talking to other humans than they are actually watching their dogs. So I'm like, dude, if your dog is humping or attempting to attack my dog, who is significantly smaller, shouldn't you intervene on behalf of your dog? Because I don't want to have to kick your dog in the face. Like, no one wants to do that. But my boyfriend was telling me yesterday that we should design a t-shirt that says, "I punch poodles." And for any of you out there that are poodle lovers, please don't take it personally. It's just a joke. I would never really punch a poodle in the face. Moving right along. All right, so I've got my vitamin enriched face base. I'm gonna go in with some eye cream. This is the 3X Retinol Ultra Firming Eye Cream from Sculpt. I picked this up from Marshalls, where I tend to pick up a lot of my skincare. I don't know, I'm addicted to my Marshalls. I wouldn't say it's like the best Marshalls that I've been to, but they do a pretty good job of keeping it well stocked with, like, you know, interesting brands. And one section that they have expanded upon significantly is their K-beauty, or Korean inspired beauty. And I love sheet masks. I love anything sheet mask. I don't care if it's made of charcoal, if it's made of mud, if algae. If it says sheet and mask on it, man, it's ending up in my cart. I was trying to organize my top drawer, that dreaded top drawer that has everything in it except for what you need to be in there. God, my hands are dry. And I found like a bunch of miscellaneous masks that never made it to my face. So my goal this week is to actually get through the masks that I have that no longer have a home. All right, moving along. I feel like my face is hydrated. I am going to go in with 2 primers today. So I've got the Covergirl Trublend Business in the Pore Minimizing version. Nice and purple, nice and pretty. Again, I'm not really sure how much minimizing it actually does, but I like the idea of it, and I like the idea of it being brightening as well because of the purple. I'm just gonna go ahead. Yeah, I think I've had better skin days. I always know when my period is coming because of the full moon, and I had to have my uterus removed when I was 32. I'm 42 now, and so while I don't have a uterus, I still, you know, have, I guess what you would call a cycle, even though I don't bleed or, you know, or menstruate, although I do occasionally spot. But I still go through like the PMS, and I'm not sure if I am perimenopausal. I don't really know where I'm at. All I know is that I become a complete fucking psychopath right before the full moon. So I don't know if that's because I'm part werewolf. I don't know if that's because of PMS, but whatever it is, man, everyone in my house knows to tread very delicately around that time of the month because I am incorrigible. All right. Something to note about the pore minimizing. I like it because it applies really, really seamlessly. And it feels really hydrating. I don't bring it up under my eyes, but I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see how my foundation lies on top. All right. Next, I am going to grab my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer with the random eyelash in it. I'm just going to go ahead and swirl. And I like to put this Tatcha primer anywhere where I have the most texture, like when I apply my base. So I like to put it like in the seams where my, you know, like my bronzer and my foundation, you know, that line of demarcation, because I find that it's much smoother. And I really have been enjoying this primer. Comment down below what primers are your favorites during the winter season if you have like a cold winter season where you live. And also comment down below, where do you live? I would love to know. I live in a suburb right outside of Washington, D.C. It's a 12-minute drive into the city. And I've lived here my whole life. I was born in Syria, but my parents came here when I was 1, almost 2. So I've been in Virginia most of my life, although I did move to California for a brief stint, but that did not work out. All right, I am going to allow this to sink in for a minute so we are primed. I'm going to check to make sure that my camera is in fact recording, and I will be right back. Feel nice and moisturized. I think we're going... God, I always say I want to do my eyes first and then my base, but I love doing my base first. So I'm just going to go ahead and, because I like for my base to have time to warm up to my skin. All right, so I'm going to take my CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir, again in buff beige, squirt 2 pumps of that, and then I'm going to take 2 pumps of my L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Freshwear Foundation in linen, or 425, and I'm going to take my Real Techniques, I think this is just the Expert Face Brush. I don't really have a favorite blending brush at the moment. I kind of grab the closest thing, but I know I do like to finish with a sponge. All right, so I'm gonna start right here at the perimeter. First thing I'm noticing is that my mustache is ready to go. And less babbling, more applying. All right, this is my coverage so far. What do y'all think? I like it. Again, the longer it warms up, the more I like it. Okay, I am going to prime my eyelids again with this Black Radiance Perfecting Eyeshadow Primer. It's very silky, silicone-y. I've been testing it out this week, and I will let you know what I think. Yeah, it's just really, really, really silky. I'm going to start it at the base of my lashes and really focus the product where I tend to lose eyeshadow the most, which is in the inner corner. If this is your first time visiting me, I have very textured eyelids, I have wrinkly eyelids, and I have hooded heavy eyelids, the trifecta. And a huge part of my journey on YouTube is to become an expert at eyeshadow application for my particular eye shape. You know, I love color, I love shadow. I'm just not necessarily very good at it. But I am committed to becoming better. And God knows I should have a PhD just based alone on the number of hours that I've clocked watching other people apply eyeshadow. All right, my eyelids are slightly tacky. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder. It is in the shade Banana, super finely milled. You get a ton of product. I don't know if you can see. Very, very silky. I use this all over my face. I use it under my eyes. I'm not much of a baker, but when I do, I go in with a little bit of this, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to grab, what have I got here? I'm gonna grab this BH Cosmetics 138 brush. I'm gonna go right into the powder. All right, and I'm gonna look up and starting like right at the bottom of the hollow, I'm gonna gently pat, 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 pat. Again, really paying attention to the inner corner. I'm not gonna set the whole eyelid with powder, just the inner corner where I get the most, and on the outside because my eyes water constantly. And then I'm gonna find a fluffy brush, dip back into that banana, I'm gonna coat the bristles and then kind of stamp them onto my top, and starting at the perimeter, I'm just gonna gently set my base. And I do like to bring, you know, my powder products down. Man, I wish you were here in person because I think my base looks really, really pretty. I like it. All right, let's go in with some blush first. I've got this Profusion. It's a $5 6-pan blush palette. And I'm going to, I like to mix. Some of them are satiny, some of them, there's only a few mattes. I'm gonna go in with this baby doll pink. And I'm going to take this very fluffy Real Techniques 300 brush. I'm gonna dip right in to that pink. Because I have very textured, enlarged pores in the front, I tend to avoid this area when it comes to blush. And I'm gonna focus it right here, making sure not to bring my shadow too far down. You know, there's this invisible line. I like to keep the blush up top. I'm gonna pat. I don't want to disturb my base. I just want to brighten this bit, just a little bit. So I like to set a more matte shadow first, and then later maybe I'll go in with a more satiny blush to add some life back to my skin. All right, that's just a really light layer. I like to build in light layers when it comes to blush, because blush can go really south really quickly. Right. First, I'm going to warm. Let's try this baked, let's try this one first. I'm going to grab the same Real Techniques. Because it's so fluffy, it's not gonna pick up a lot of product, which is exactly what I wanna do, because again, I wanna build, build, build. You're gonna hear my sister coming down the stairs. I'm long overdue for a root touch-up. Look at that. Boop. Hate it. All right. Making sure to get in that hairline. Yeah, this is doing a terrific job of warming up the skin. I'm gonna take the same bronzer, and right here where you have the natural shadow, I'm just gonna make sure to bronze the ears. And you can even skip highlight at this point because this bronzer has a beautiful reflective sheen to it. I can hear you all out there going, skip highlight. All right, now I'm gonna grab the Rose d'Oro. And I'm going to take, I want to go in really lightly with this one. I'm actually going to take this Morphe fan brush. It's the M143. I'm going to pick up some of this blush. And almost where my highlight would be. Again, making sure not to bring it down too much. Oh yeah, I am digging this. Okay, what are we gonna do? Let's put another layer of spray. How are we doing on time, guys? Okay, I am going to clean up my station, organize it a bit, get my eyeshadow products and my brushes ready so that we can bang out the eyeshadow, the lips, maybe run a brush through my hair, and let's get us off to work because I think it's about to be that time. All right, I love you guys. Be right back. All right, love bugs, I am back up close and personal. I grabbed my MAC Fashion Fanatic 9 Shadow Palette. Again, this is what she looks like. I am going to attempt, keyword attempt, to execute a work-friendly look using just the shadows in this pan. So yeah, hopefully you're doing this with me, okay? And wish me luck. All right, again, my eyelids are primed with the Black Radiance eyeshadow primer. And I just lightly, oh, let's do some tape using my trusty Harris Teeter gift rabbit tape. Again, my eyes do water, so a lot of times I end up having to replace the tape. And I'm just going to do one eye on camera, hop off, do the other eye, and come back, and we'll wrap up. All right? Let's see if we can do this in a relatively time-efficient manner. All right, I'm grabbing my Beige Cosmetics Flat Top Blending Crease Brush. This is one of my favorite crease brushes, and the number is wearing off. I think it's 139. I'm going to go in with this color right here. There is not a lot of kickback in the pan. Boop. All right, starting at the center. Again, I have hooded eyes. This is the technique that's been working for me. Got a lot going on these eyelids. And the older I get, I like to use the lines that are naturally on my eyelid as a guide, you know? I just find that works best for me. Like, instead of trying to create new lines, you know, or sort of cheat the eye, I just try to work with what I've got, making sure to stamp where that tape meets my skin, so that when I peel it off, you've got a really, really nice clean edge. All right, I think that this pastel purple is building up quite beautifully. Doesn't seem to be enhancing texture. All right, going in one more time into that purple. And I swear, this Beige Cosmetics brush, it just does the work for you, you know, as far as helping to create the shape. Because I have almond eyes, you know, I love the idea of having a more rounded look. You know, I don't have a lot of mobile lid space to work with. All right, next I'm going in with this color right here. Dipping back into the same brush. A lot of color picked up. And again, starting sort of at the center. And we're just going to lay this right on top of that purple. I like to keep the inner third of my eye relatively open. I find that it makes my eyes look a bit bigger. And these colors are layering just beautifully. I mean, you could stop right here, throw in an inner corner highlight if you wanted, you know, dip your finger into a shimmer, glide it over your lid, throw on some mascara and liner, and you'd be good to go. This is absolutely beautiful. Well done, Mac. Well done. Look at that. Oh, there goes the runny nose. Wouldn't be a day with Dina. All right, let's see. All right, I am going to, I guess first I'm going to lay down this color on the, from here to here, and then go over it with a shimmer. All right, so what can I find? What can I use? All right, I'm gonna grab this Anastasia dual-ended. It's just a teeny flat packing brush, going into this satiny peachy shade right here. Having no problem at all picking up the product, and starting at the center right by the lash line. I love it when shadows just glide effortlessly over the texture on my lids. It makes life so much easier. And I imagine that these shadows would perform really beautifully with the finger also. All right, that's showing up beautifully. If you have very wrinkly lids, you know, it helps to gently lift the folds of your lids so that you can, you know, get to those harder to reach places. And I find with smaller eyes, you know, smaller brushes work best. You know, it's hard to do detail work if you've got large, unruly, super fluffy brushes, you know? All right, this is what we're working with so far. All right. I'm gonna go into that peach shade with my finger and see just a really gorgeous All right, I want to throw a deeper color into that crease, so I am going to grab this Morphe crease brush that my dogs effectively chewed the number off of, and I am actually going to go into this sort of purpley black color. And I'm going to tilt my head back just a little bit, and I'm going to actually just stamp, keeping it as low as I can. Let's see if I can't deepen this outer crease, or outer quasi-B. My eye's watering, so that tape is trying to lift. And again, with dark shades, especially black, you know, it helps to layer up and to start, you know, with a brown and finish with a black. I think you get the best color payoff instead of just going straight in with the dark color, which is not what I've done here, but it's just something that I find helps. All right, so I'm gonna find a smaller crease brush. This is another Morphe M506. Going back into this violet black color. I'm really taking my time to deepen up. I'm going to take the same brush. I'm going to go into this pink. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. This is what we're left with. Kind of take your finger. Alright, let's see what we got. It looks a little wonky right there, but I can use concealer to... Let's see, I want to deepen up that outer V a little more. I'm actually going to take the ABH that I used to pack on that lighter color. I'm going to go back into the darkest, and be very careful. I'm going to continue to pack. All right. And in a little bit, I'm going to bring some liner to my lower lash line to kind of balance that out. All right, we're almost there, we're almost there. Okay, now I'm going to take this Luxie mini angled brush. I'm going to go in with a mixture of this one and this one. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and work it, blending this harsh line. All right, and now what I want to do is I cannot pass up on these shimmers, so I'm going to grab either this one or this one, and taking that same ABH, I'm going to dip into the more purpley one. Yeah, that's beautiful. This one right here, and I'm going to gently blend where the black and that peach were, just a little bit. And again, taking care not to bring the shimmer too far into the inner corner because it tends to get really crumbly because of my watery eyes. Going back into that purpley shimmer. Look at how pretty. Absolutely beautiful. I really, really like that. I'm so glad I picked this palette up. So pretty. I'm going to dip my finger in and see what the payoff looks like there. Yeah, this is really, really nice. Dude, I'm a sucker for glittery things. I'm going to take that Luxie, the mini angle brush. I'm going to go into the shade right here, and maybe this one too. And I'm just going to re-intensify the roundness of that shape. All right. I love it. All right, for the sake of time, I'm going to hop off, finish the other eye, throw in some mascara, some liner, and a lip, and I will come back to wish you a beautiful rest of your day. All right, don't go anywhere. Right back.
All right, love bugs. I just took a glance at the time, and holy crap, I am about to be late. So I've got to leave in the next 5 minutes. Hopefully I can find my uniform. But this is the completed look. I'm so excited with how this look turns out. I think it's completely February appropriate. I think it's soft enough to be worn during the day. I think it's also soft glam enough to be worn at night. Just a few products that I went in with when I left you last. Let's see. For eyeliner, I used my Scandalize Waterproof Kajal in black by Rimmel London. For mascara, I layered my Rimmel London Scandalize Curve Alert waterproof in black, along with my Voluminous Lash Paradise in Black is Black, also waterproof. Always assume if I have mascara on that it is waterproof. For, you know, a little brow bone highlight, a little nose highlight, I used my CoverGirl Instant Cheekbones in Sophisticated Sable. Love it. For my eyes, I lined the bottom line with my Almay Velvet Foil Cream Eyeshadow. I love the way it turned out. I think it totally complements the upper lid. For eyebrows, I used my LA Girl Slady Shim brow pencil in black. Love it. I also gave this Shella Kella Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow Cream that came in one of my monthly subscription boxes. I enjoyed it. It's not so bad. I gently lined my lips with the Makeup Forever multi-use liner in whatever walnut needs to be sharpened. I also used my Rimmel London Scandalize liner in whatever this beautiful pink is, sort of in the outer portion of my my waterline. And then for lips, I layered my Anastasia Beverly Hills in Ashton, and I went on top of it with my Steve Laurent clear gloss. And again, my eyeshadow look was created because of this gorgeous MAC Fashion Fanatic palette. Just absolutely gorgeous packaging, amazing quality. I absolutely recommend the next time you're in Marshalls or TJ Maxx or Ross, go to the makeup section and see if you can find her. She's absolutely beautiful, and I'm not even sure, maybe you can find it on Amazon or still on the MAC website. I'm not sure if it's discontinued. But yes, I think that about wraps it up. I'm super pleased with the way this looks. If anything weird or wonky happens while I'm at work, I'll make sure to update the comment section. But other than that, thank you for hanging out with me this morning. It's always easier and more fun for me to get ready when I know that you all are with me. So again, if you're new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell so you know every time I upload, which is pretty often these days. And if you are a return member, thank you so much for coming back to me. I look forward to seeing you again. I love you guys. Please leave any comments, questions, introduce yourself down below. We are a growing community, and we need to be able to rely on each other. You know what I means. All right, wish me $1 million. I wish you the same. All right, love bugs, we made it in the car finally. I've got 32 minutes to make it to work, so hopefully, I mean, the good news is that the government is back in session, so that means there will be a little more traffic, but I'm willing to take that. But yeah, this is what it looks like. This is what my face looks like in the natural light. I'm looking at that black. She's looking a little more serious than she did inside, which typically is the case with darker shadows. But once I'm no longer driving, I'll go ahead and blend that out a bit with my finger. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching me create this look as much as I enjoyed creating it, and I will come back for you soon. Bye bye.